morning, viewers. Today we're going to talk about dislocated shoulders. It also implies rotator cuff repairs and other shoulder injuries. The most important thing that you need to be able to do is to get full range of movement. And you will want to get full flexion, full abduction, full hand behind your back, which would include being able to link both hands together behind your back. And we always go left equals right. So whatever your one side can do, the other side must be able to do. If both arms are decrepit, then you need to get both arms going to full range of movement, which is up, arms next to the ears. And I don't want to see compensation with the shoulder blade. So when you have a shoulder injury, the muscles that are affected are your pecs, your deltoid, even your biceps, your triceps, your subscapularis, your teres major minor that sit over here, as well as your rhomboids here, even your lats that sit and complete their path on the lower back. So your lower back may even be affected. Your upper traps will be affected, and these can cause headaches or neck pain. So you need to be able to release all these muscles. So we will usually start off with a flexion stretch. We've shown you before the passive stretches that one did on the table. So you would do a passive stretch on the table, or I usually like to use the kitchen table because it's higher than most tables. So you would do start off with a passive stretch, and we are aiming to have full range of movement between 12 and 16 weeks, which is between 3 and 4 months. If you've had a fracture in the shoulder or the surgery, you usually only get your sling off at 6 weeks, at which point you would then start your physiotherapy treatment. Do not skip the treatments. I know sometimes you feel you can't afford it, but you can't afford not to unless you follow these videos that I'm going to show you here. So we would start off with the passive movement. As you start getting better movement here, you will notice when you lift your arm up that your shoulder blade will stick out the side here, which means that your subscap is tight. If you've got your arm in a bent position like this, it's usually your triceps that is tight combined with this, and sometimes you'll find that there's tight band over here that just it's not as soft as necessarily the other side. There'll be a tight band here, and that tight band is your pecs, and those would need to be released. Once you've got improved flexion, we would start doing your pec stretch. So if you took a wall and you put your arm against a wall, you would hold your arm at 90 degrees, turning away from the shoulder, feeling the stretch across your chest. That is your pec stretch. You can elevate the arm higher onto the wall, turning around, feeling the stretch slightly in a different place. That will improve your pec stretch. On your back, you would lie on your back. I'm going to just do it in standing so that you can see what you need to do. You would lie on your back. Initially, your hand would be here because you can't even get it in there. So what you would do is you would practice to get extension of your hand first. So you would feel it stretching on the front of the shoulder here, even a little bit on the pec stretch, even down your biceps here, sometimes even on your forearm. So we would stretch it to the back. When you can stretch it to the back, we would stretch it across. So you'd pull it across with your other hand, and when you can do that, you'd start lifting it up. And how we would do that, in this position, you'd lie with your hands on your bum. Then you would lift your shoulders to the back, so the arms would go up and down, up and down, up and down. So just focus on the arms loosening up there. And when the arms can loosen up, you would then do the shoulders, which is a totally different position altogether. And the arm, you'd feel it more in the arm, but the shoulder, you can feel it in the chest. The arm, you'd feel it more in the front of the arm and maybe the chest. But eventually, if you can do that and you can do that, you should be able to do that. So we do need to work on these positions to get it properly done. The other stretch that you would do is you'd practice getting the arm across the body. Now your arm should be able to touch your chin quite comfortably, both sides, you see. The arm is straight, touching the chin. I can almost put my chin on my shoulder there. You don't want the arm there, that's not enough, because it's again stretching in the front, or everything is too tight in the front so it won't go, or there's not enough flexibility at the back for it to go, or the triceps are again tight here, or even the deltoid is tight. So we would then do the stretches. The stretches can be done every 2 hours. The more you stretch, the quicker your shoulder will improve. You would hold the stretch for 30 seconds at a go. You do not bounce the stretch. So we'll take it across the body, hold it there. You don't hold it in intense pain feelings. You just want to feel, okay, I feel the stretch, it's bearable, I can hold it there for 30 counts. And you would do it once, and you do this one, you can hold it for 30 counts, 30 counts, 30 counts. This one you might be able to just go through the movements 10 times, just to loosen it up, and then hold it for 30 counts, 30 counts, and then eventually as you loosen up, you will be able to get your arm up. Range of movement is crucial when it comes to shoulder injuries, because if you've got full range of movement, you reduce your pain, you reduce your stiffness, and you reduce your weather shoulder. So when you have a cold spell outside, rain is coming, or it's very cold, we don't have snow here. So maybe in other countries, if you have snow, you will